First, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Oh man, God is good. God is good, is He not? Well, we are selling now our 1 gallon kits. 1 gallon kits here. They come with the 10 by 20 surface. They come with a bulk of LED lights, and they come with the blackout cloth surface. That is a 10 by 20 surface. You might be doing an outside with that too, an outside kit with that too this summer. Well, maybe yeah, we will. We're doing one. So now we have companies acquiring about the black technology. I knew it wasn't going to take long. God is good. So we're going to have to come up with 2 gallons and 5 gallon containers now because this is going to be something that's going to become a requirement pretty soon. So yeah, it's man, that black technology, boy. I'm telling you, everybody's recognizing that that's the way to go. We're gonna be having this projector downstairs. You saw the wallpaper screen downstairs? Yeah. So a few things I learned about the wallpaper screen when painting the screen. The wallpaper screen is fiberglass. The screen sitting on the washer and dryer over the back of it is plexiglass. Two different forms of surface. This is why I'm glad we tested this stuff out before we post this, so that way, and we got snow coming too, which I can't wait. We got snow coming. You know where I'm going to be at, right? I'm going to be outside in the snow. I figured out right now to build an outer box. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. I'm excited. We got snow coming in. I'm right now working on an outer box because I want to do an actual video with the falling snow as I do falling snow on the screen. I know I take a risk with the projector, but man, okay. So I'm excited about that right now. We got snow coming in. All right, so right now we're working on a few other things, like I said, some other projects and stuff like that. Oh man, I forgot what I was talking about. I'm so excited about the snow. I want to get outside. The snow, we got snow coming in, and I've been dying to do this demonstration of actual snow in front of the camera while the screen is being displayed with falling snow. And it's going to be beautiful. So hope everything works out right now. I'm looking at it right now. It's getting nice and white in the background. Sorry if I lost train of thought there. Oh, the wallpaper surface. Okay, so the wallpaper surface, the fiberglass is a little different. It's a bit temperamental. So another reason why I didn't come on yesterday too, right after that, because I was tired as I don't know what. I went on, I started watching a show called Reach Your Past On, that's what I remember. But that surface is going to require a primer for the surface. Plexiglass, no, but the fiberglass is a little different. So I'm going to be ordering another one in. I'm going to be coating that one with a one coat primer, and then we'll hit it with our technology. Other than that, it married well after 3 applications. So with that being said, I want to make this easy for the customer as possible. So it's best that we're going to remove that off the site as fiberglass until we do testing ourselves to make sure that how it has to be done. When you go in and look at the instructions, there'll be certain sections and it'll say, like, look, this is a fabric screen, this is what this is required, so and so and so, to help you better get the most out of our technology. We don't want you painting something in and you find out that, all right, it didn't apply well or didn't come up right or this didn't happen because somebody properly didn't test it out. We go in and we make sure we test all these surfaces first so we can know exactly, okay, this is temperamental, this can be used here, this can be used there. That's how we know now about the light stucco screens because I have a 180-inch downstairs to display it. This is why I explain to people crystal clear before you put things on your website, and I don't care who gets offended over this, I don't care who gets upset over this, that at the end of the day, you don't put stuff on your website that you cannot back up at the end of the day. You have to be able to back it up. Can't sit there and tell people, oh, our stuff is weatherproof and never had it outside. My stuff is outside all the time. 150-inch out there and all that snow. Oh, I cannot wait. Look at it. It's about to turn into a winter wonderland out there soon. Oh, hope we get that good snowstorm, man. Well, we got everything going on. We got rain, sleet. Yeah. So I can honestly say, hey, look, if somebody says your stuff weatherproof, oh, here's pictures of our products in the snow. That pretty much sums it up right there. All right, so we got a bit of an interesting day. Once I finish the wallpaper downstairs, I'm going to put it upstairs and remove the 150-inch off the wall. So next week we start the process of building that micro thin 140, a levitating 140. So I'm gonna go at 140 with the micro thin. I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the temporary screen we got by the Epson. I like that, but I want to put plexiglass in there because I want it very thin right there. I don't like the way how that's sticking out. And I got a couple other projects we're going to be working on. The screen we did yesterday, which was the old beat up 150-inch. Man, That came out looking amazing. The fact that we can just take, we're just going to deliver, just take services out. Oh, wait, I got another one. I got another screen outside. On a 250, we messed up. We ripped it. Can't use the 250. And besides, I couldn't paint that thing if I wanted to. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get me another 100-inch screen from that company. We're going to trash it, take it outside, cover it in mud, trash it, have it out there for a couple of days, bring it back in and restore it. I want to do stuff like that. Just trash products. You know what I mean? Show people at the end of the day that you don't have to prime it. That screen was never primed. We just rolled right over top of it. So some surfaces, yeah, you can roll over top with no problem. Others, yeah, you may have to prime. But best we get all that taken care of first. So that way, you don't have to go through trying to figure out this, that, and the other. You can always go back to the website, look at the instruction sheets, and go from there. This is a Sony remote control. What's that doing here? All right, so I want to do fill out most of the screen as much as possible with the screen we have downstairs. I'm going to be using this projector today. This projector is coated in 38 Black Widow technology. So we're going to blend this screen into the floor for a display I want to do downstairs. And I want to do some 3D mapping applications too also for some companies that are interested in utilizing the technology and 3D mapping. Hold on for a minute. I got to get my area straightened up in here because it's a bit of a mess. Here's the one section. To get it cleaned up, Mr. Burr has to start his day of work. And we're going to be talking about, we're going to be getting into, we're going to have a section on our website about gray screens. Gray screens, again, we've had these conversations many times before. We showed you where they don't do well in dedicated theater rooms. They don't do well in pulling contrast or color. They don't do well against certified screens, not gunmetals at that. At least that's the one thing you can't go against, those gunmetal technology. And how the videos you're seeing now today that are being displayed, these are OLED demonstrations. These are demonstrations that were not meant for gunmetal displays. They were meant for black technology. That's what they're developed for. And we're going to be talking about that. We were on a forum site yesterday talking about that, about how, these demonstrations they're bringing out, they're made for jet black screens, not for gunmetal, not for gray screens. More likely, a gunmetal would have an easier time accepting the technology, a video like that. But for a gray screen, no. Not made for that. That's good. I want to bring that one downstairs. Oh, the Velcro. I need it upstairs. What the Velcro is downstairs? I'm not sure. What? Got this little thing stuck in my head. All right, I had to get my Velcro, get that ready. Because I got to go upstairs and get ready to put up a 150-inch Velcro screen. And also, too, I got to go in and check messages today, too. So I'll be going into my account, my YouTube account. Sorry about that. I'll be going to my YouTube account, checking out my my messaging, because I've got messaging. I'm going to get it to you guys today. I promise. Messaging. Get you guys today. Comfortable hat. I love my comfortable hat. Okay, remote control here. Where's the other one? I got to do a demonstration in this room today too. Also, with the acoustic. I get to figure out what in the world happened to the remote control thing here. Tape. What's up? And oh, there's a remote control. Why? It's a remote control. There's weird places in this area. 4K tropical exotic fish. Oh, we're in the wrong section, are we not? We are. "4K exotic tropical fish."
Getting that from YouTube.
The Proud Family Louder and Prouder has a celebrity guest cast so huge, here's his bass we can fit into a 15-second promo. Impressive! The Proud Family Louder and Prouder, streaming only on Disney Plus.
No, that's his area. I'll leave it the way it is. Okay, we can grind this up. All right, sorry about that. A few things downstairs I had to tidy up and get ready for upstairs. I'm trying to figure out which section. Probably gonna get 2 sections of the house today for demonstrations. Definitely want to be in the multimedia room today too. So, well, we got a nice dusting, but nothing that stuck. Well, maybe next time. All right. I think I'm gonna work on the lighting system in here today. All right. We're gonna be at also. And I gotta finish getting the white paint cover up that section in there for these sides. There we go. Technically, I only want 2 screens in here. This one is going to be the 140-inch levitating screen, and that one over there I'm definitely going to be doing with plexiglass because that's a little thick. We're a little thinner than that. All right, let's see what we got to do in here. Get this started. I need to remove this off the frame altogether. That comes off. That's just hanging up there. That's the Black Widow acoustic surface that's already pre-coated. This one is just hanging up there with about 4 screws. That's basically about it. So I like this because the fabric lays flat. It's fantastic. There's no wrinkles, none of that. Easy to hang up. If you don't want to build this to a frame, you can just basically just put a couple of screws up on your wall and you're done. That's it. It's pretty easy to hang up. And you remove this one. More chairs. Now this one, I'm going to be converting this material into a 144-inch screen, which is the size I'm going to need for setting up one of my off-the-shelf projectors. And right now, what I want to do is all these little screws that you see in here, these are screws that are set up for screens. So the 144 can be removed. It's a screen that's going to be, everything here is detachable. So it comes off and everything can be interchanged at will. We can put a screen here if we want. We're going to paint these in right here. These pegs right here will allow me to hang up bigger screens. So that's what all these pegs are up there for. It's an interchangeable system in here. Which is not quite nice. Let's see if my room is oh my God, what happened? I'm putting my wallpaper screen right here. This is exactly where I'm putting it at. Right there, right on that wall, that's where I'm putting it at. I'm putting the fancy gold trim frame around it. I told you this one right here is going to have kind of like a steampunk kind of vibe to it. So I'm putting a fancy kind of frame around it and everything. So it sits right against the wall. Give it kind of an elegant look. Put a plaque at the bottom, like it's an antique painting. So I'm gonna put it right over there. Perfect. I got to change out my outlets and everything there too today too. So I think there are 2 things. We got one. We got to do a demonstration for here. I think the 2 things I'm doing here, we're going to put in the lighting system, that vintage burning lighting system to get that old-fashioned look. I'm going to put the wallpaper screen in, put a nice elegant trim around it, and we're going to change out the light sockets. All this is going to be changed out to something more elegant, all the outlets and everything. Here and there, get that done, dress these up, get these hooked up so they look real nice, give them a nice trim to them, fancy design to them, get rid of the curtain. Get that out of here. That thing's driving me nuts. And then finish the rest of the trim around here. Put in some soft lighting in there. And get ready to get this section set up. getting it done. I got to do some work to it. But right now, we're going to be in here on this setup over here. Also, I need to paint these screws in so they are so they're white. So they blend in. What did we get here? Oh. Demonstration that we're going to be doing in here. This is going to be a lights off, lights on. I'm going to bring the other screen back, and we're going to explain why, at the end of the day, these demonstrations you'll see more and more and more. They'll be popping up all over YouTube with these TV companies developing these really dark screens, these darker screens. Those demonstrations that are being designed that they do are for black technology. It's not for gray. The OLED had the intention of displaying a super jet background for a gray screen or a gray TV. They're not developed for that. They're developed for black technology, not gunmetal, not gray, not white, black. Let me see. We need that. Did I bring the can? Oh, I did bring the can. Okay. Woo-hoo. Like I said, people saying, well, it works on, no, if it works on a gray screen, then it should have no problem producing that image in a fully lit environment. Black is black, whether the lights are on or off, it's black. It's not going to change because you turn the lights off, you turn the lights on. Black is black. Take it outside, it still remains black. It's still black either way you look at it. So why in the world are the demonstrations for people trying to display off a OLED demonstration are only done in the dark? Last I heard, if you turn the lights on, black is still black, right? Still black, right? Still black, right? Still black? It's still black, right? Nothing changes, right? All right then, there you go. My sofa, my chairs in my house, my computer cases, speakers, they don't change because I turn the lights on. They don't automatically turn gray, they stay black. I think I put one here. Actually, I'm going to remove this one from the side door and put that someplace else. Yeah, I might remove these over. No, we don't have to keep them for the time being. The reason why I say this is because everybody knows that the OLED technology is the new technology. It is. It's the new technology. All the TVs have it. LG started with it first. Then it started incorporating stuff with Sony, and all these brand name TVs all had OLED technology. Then OLED technology ended up in your VR glasses, on your cell phone, everywhere. That's the new technology. I don't see you having a gray screen on your cell phone, do you? If you do, then you got a pretty old cell phone. So, why do you have an old gray screen sitting on your wall? There you go. Some may say, well, it produces brighter colors. So does a white screen do the same thing? Actually, a white screen produces higher white colors, if that's your term. But can you see contrast? No. Again, yeah, I can't explain this enough. I was having a conversation with somebody at a company, and we're talking about black technology versus dark gray. At the end, you're not seeing black. The whole reason why people go with gunmetal screens is to pick up a higher contrast level of darker, richer colors. But you're really not seeing black levels. You think you're seeing black levels, you're not. It's kind of like the pixel shifting theory. People get these pixel shifting projectors. They think by compressing the pixels tighter together, a sharper, brighter image, you think you're seeing 4K. But truthfully, you're not actually seeing 4K. You're seeing a fake version of 4K. Well, that's what you get from a gray screen, or basically a dark gray screen. You get a fake version of contrast. You're really not picking up 100% contrast at the end of the day. And even if you think you go out and you spend this projector that has this amazing contrast capability, that's going to be able to give you a 100% true black level, not going to happen. Unless you got magic powers, but that is never, ever going to happen. You still have all you have is just a more darker version of gray. So you pretty much have what you could call like, well, I guess you would call it in terms of contrast shifting technology, which we developed. Which our screens actually do produce a heavier and darker contrast level, but compared to this stuff over here, are you kidding me? This stuff is the darkest stuff we ever made. My goodness. But like I said, yeah, you're not getting contrast. I've been in too many forum sites. Actually, I was in a couple of forum sites yesterday. Beautiful, amazing setups. They posted setups, and it's the same thing. I saw a few of them in there with $20,000, $30,000 projection screens. They had Black Diamonds in there. Black Diamond at that size is about a couple of $1,000s. I saw a couple of those in there. But at the end of the day, not even Diamond could give you an actual contrast level 100% true unless the screen is black. Because I've never heard of a gray screen ever producing a 100% contrast level. It doesn't exist. You can mimic it, yeah. You can fool yourself into thinking that you're seeing contrast, but you're not. That's why if we put on the goldfish background and I throw them up there, they automatically turn gray because they can't produce against a black screen. That's why I said yesterday, I don't go into the whole back and forth nonsense, And if someone takes this personally, and tough cookies. No one's talking about you at the end of the day anyway. You got to understand, I'm talking about gray technology in general. That's what I'm talking about. Don't take it so personally. Calm down. It's not about you personally. It's about all kinds of gray technology. It has served its point. It's done. That's what you have to understand. If I was still making that product, I'd be out of business. There's no way in the world I'd compete if somebody came up with technology which we have over here. Ain't no way in the world. You have a black screen, which I just displayed downstairs, that can pour white level just to blend into your screens with no problem. Can maintain color and contrast, and with the lights out, it's on a whole nother level. Gray screen paints, white paints, they reflect the light, the colors fade, they can't pour up contrast levels, almost equivalent to a white screen. Now it'd be different if I was making these statements and I had no knowledge of gray screens whatsoever, but I do quite a lot. Matter of fact, a lot more than both of you combined together, because I used to make this stuff a long time ago before you even knew who I was. So yeah, I know everything about your product, how it's designed, how it's made, how to reconstruct it. I know all of that. That's how I can come on and make the product so fast, so quick on camera, because I used to do this stuff. And not only I did my job so well, I got contracted for doing it. Made a lot of money doing it. So I can back up. But don't take it personally. It's just that it's not leaning towards you. It's basically all around that gray technology or gray screen print, whatever it may be, has served its purpose. That's it. But at the end of the day, people are still going to buy it. I mean, ain't like you're going to lose your shirt over it. You're just a little upset because of what we're doing. We're getting out of it. And I got the emails. Trust me, we're not shitty emails, but we got the emails. Very, very, very upset, very angry because of what we're getting. But it's an advanced technology. You have to understand that. I'm not going to sit there and get bitter. I can't understand why anybody would spend $5,000 for a screen anyway that you can't basically, you can't use with ultra short throw. You have to be in like an ambient, like controlled environment. There's just too many restrictions for a $5,000 screen for me. But to other people, they spend the money for a $5,000 projection screen. But I'm not going to go start a campaign on bitterness because they sell those screens for $5,000. All right, then my job is to go in and design something better instead of just sitting there being bitter about it. And pretty much that's what the individuals become, bitter. Oh well. Like I said, it's the changing of the hand of technology. You know, it's the same thing when the 8-track came out and you had the cassette player, then the cassette player, you had the CD and the CD. Now you have the ability to be able to download music. It's the same thing. It's a change in our technology. Two things, either you roll with it or you get crushed by it. So the only option that you have is you're going to have to start developing black technology. You're going to have to. You don't have an option. You have to understand that the video demonstrations that are being displayed for us to use to show off our technology are designed for black screens. They're not developed for gray screens. Those are OLED demonstrations. Let me know if you've ever seen a great OLED screen. Just humor me. Now, like I said, you're not going to need to pick up your contrast levels, and that's why every demonstration, I do my research, I do quite a lot, that every demonstration I've seen under gray screen is the same thing. Same poorly lit environment every single time. I've yet to see one of these screens outside at 150, 180, 200 inches, displaying any kind of contrast levels whatsoever. They stick to where they can play best, bright colors. But black technology can do that too. We can stick to bright colors, white colors, and contrast. You guys have limitations. It is what it is. I'm just saying, to change on time, you're going to have to change over. That's where you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to put in the work. One of the companies that I was talking to yesterday about black technology, what we have over here, what I mean by they're going to compare your stuff, they're going to compare your stuff to black paint, black fabric, anything they can possibly get their hands on to see if there's a way that they can basically mimic the technology in order for a cheaper way of basically doing it themselves. Any company's going to do that the minute you get your product. They can easily mimic your stuff easily. I can do it easily over here with no problem. Any great paint would match your product with no problem. It wouldn't even show a significant difference at all. The reason why it would do this is because it shows you didn't do any testing. If you did testing in these guidelines, you would have been able to develop your product to a point where it wouldn't match any of these particular different products or surfaces because you've done these tests already. But because you haven't done the tests at all, period, and you cut corners, now anyone can match your product to pretty much anything, get the same results. With our products, you can't do that because we have test results showing, and that's the first thing I showed them in that conversation. I showed them a picture and videos of our screen, especially when we painting into the screen. There you go. That's what locked it. Because at the end of the day, it shows them that there's something different about this product. It's not like anything else because it doesn't match anything else. And if a man can sit there on live camera and take a paintbrush with black paint and roll into a screen that's producing a white level and maintain a higher white level than any surface he's throwing against it, it's got to be something different. So the odds of them going in and trying to reverse engineer the technology, it's not going to happen. It's a headache, it's too much work, and at the end of the day, they probably end up getting sued. Not worth it. But on the other hand, if they're able to mimic it, like I was able to do yours, why would they pay? That's what they're going to do. I work with enough companies to know what they do at the end of the day. That's why there's certain keywords I said people have to understand. If you've been doing business long enough, there's certain keywords that you will pick up in a conversation. You know what's going to happen. It comes from experience. It comes from time. That's why I said you don't have enough experience. You really don't. I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to people, but he doesn't have enough experience. And judging by it's a mistake that he made that shows he doesn't have enough experience. Can you imagine you going down to a mechanic and taking your priceless car down there and he basically says something completely different what's wrong with your car than what is wrong with your car at the end of the day? You can say, oh, I checked over the car and yeah, you have to get a new transmission. Transmission? I ain't coming for a transmission. I came for a muffler change. What the hell are you talking about? Someone you can actually have a conversation with and you know more about the car than they do. That's a good sign that you need to get another mechanic. So the fact that you don't know, I can't go into that. I can't. It's just I can't go into that. You know what I'm going to say, but I can't go into that. We're going to leave that one alone. I still can't believe that one was actually said. But anyway, no, you don't have enough knowledge. You don't. You haven't been in the field long enough. No, that's a rookie mistake. No one makes that kind of mistake. You make that mistake when you first start off. But yeah, great products. Obsolete. I'm sorry, but it is. So pretty much what you have on your wall, if you do have a gray screen, you have two things. You primed your wall, which everybody knows you did. Or, I'm not talking about just him, I'm talking about anybody who has a gray screen. Hear me out. Your screen is outdated. You have, basically, your screen is nothing more than just primer. That's all it is. And now it can be made different ways, but in our world, the stuff we develop over here, that's stuff we use just to basically get the surface ready to put over black technology. Your product is 9 years old. You have a 9-year-old product sitting on your wall. That's why they're not ambient light rejection, because they can't be. Ambient light, whole purpose of ambient light rejection is to reflect light off the screen so the screen can actually maintain color and contrast and can maintain this image and reflect the light that's in the environment. You can't do that if your screen's constantly washing out and you have to be in the dark. Ambient light rejection does not, to this day I don't understand how they would say that an ambient light controlled environment for ambient light rejection. Why would you have to be in a controlled environment if your screen is ambient light rejection? I don't get that. You tell me, because I don't understand that one at all, period. How that even works. And the big companies do that all the time. Yeah, well, I don't get it. The only reason why, and I'll tell you why people started leaning toward the gray screens, because like I said, it was a cheaper solution to the Goose screen and a cheaper solution to the, well, once the gunmetal came out, that was pretty much the end of it. But it was a cheaper solution to the Goose screen, that's all. If you were in that era and you were making paint that far back, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, this will be the first time you ever heard of it. Have you ever heard of a company called Goose Screen before? Go back and check exactly where they first started off. They came out around that area with this kind of light gray product first. And then the prices that Goose Screen had and the requirements it took to paint in a Goose Screen were crazy. They're very expensive. So like I said, no one knows who made the YouTube paint. No one knows where it came from. All I know is basically someone gave it to me. I went down to Home Depot to get the products to make it. Pretty much all of this is just black and white paint and glitter and silver. That's pretty much all it is. And anyone who came on there who basically, there was tons of people that were making all different forms of gray screen paint products. Everybody had their own different people putting this into it, and some people in that. Some people were sharing their ingredients, some people were selling their ingredients. It was a little bit of everything. It was just their bottom line because people didn't want to spend $600 to $900 for a quart of paint that took forever to paint in, which was Goose Screen at that particular time. And everybody was following on the Goose Screen's traditions. Goose Screen was the black diamond of screen paints. Go on AVS forums, you will see tons of pictures of people just spending countless hours sanding their walls down, because one of it requires a Goose Screen that your wall had to be perfected. It had to be perfectly sanded down. You couldn't have any imperfections or anything, because all these things would basically pull to the screen and you would see these markings in your screen, so everything. And people were just spending countless hours just showing pictures of sanding, trying to get that ultimate flat surface to apply this Goose Screen product. You had other people on other forum sites that were making their own gray screen paint products. This was all over the internet, any forum site you went through. And then poof, gunmetal popped up, and that changed everything. Because now you got a screen here that had a reflective surface attached to it that can maintain an extremely high white level, which I showed you when I showed you the UV mix versus, and sorry to bring it up, but the UV mix versus the a daylight screen. Daylight, see the gunmetal on the daylight screen, so that screen produced that high-end white level that pushed through that screen? Yeah, because they have that reflective surface that allows them to be able to accept white light better, where they can maintain their contrast levels. Even a big company like that even knows at the end of the day, if they make a screen darker, that their white levels are going to drop. That's going to happen. That's just basic common sense. But having that reflective surface allows the screen to be to maintain a higher white level. But then again, it plagues the screen with that narrow viewing cone effect too, and you can't work well with your short throws, but that's another story on its own. So then that's where your killer came in. The minute that guy came in from Screen Innovation and took that screen, and I remember that first time I saw the demonstration, it was an all bright room, white screen. They were showing some fish on the screen you could barely see. And he took that sample sheet and he moved it like this. And anywhere that sample sheet went, the screen popped. Boom, it blew up on the screen. You could see it. So that pretty much obsoleted the gray technology all in one hit. That's why when you see those screens, they're basically any projection screen company who makes a screen in that color is always cheap. The darker the screen, the more expensive the screen. That's how it works. If that was the case, gray screen paint products that color would cost more than gunmetal screens, and gunmetal screens cost more than they do. And not to spend $5,000 unless you get something like, and it would really have to be a really good screen. You got a Stuart Firehawk G4, Firehawk G5, one of them, but still at the end of the day, you're still playing, but you can't pick up a contrast level. You're like, what do you got, 5,000? Yeah, I know we got the Seymour AV 1.2 and 1.3, and like I said, Firehawk series and all of them. Yeah, they're lighter grade screens. Even DMP Supernova has a blade that's a light screen. But at the end of the day, like I said, it can't see contrast at the end of the day, and it can't pick color. But I guarantee that the darker versions they have of that technology, far more expensive. All right, that's done. Yep, I can chat a little while and tell you what's going on. Now, what we're going to do here, once we get everything assembled, because I got to go hang wallpaper screen today. I got to get that done. We got the white Velcro over here for that. And then we're going to do some demonstrations with some OLED demonstrations versus gray screen paints. And we'll see whether or not if they have the ability to be able to pull the contrast levels in a fully lit environment that's all white. As somebody saying, wait, your theater room is all white? I was like, yep. So why aren't you making it dark? Aren't you worried about light reflection? No, these screens absorb light, they're black. We don't have those issues. Which means I can fire that projector in here and none of that light is going to disperse anywhere in this environment. That's why I painted the room white. We put a gray screen in here, whew, man. See that interchangeable section in the wall? Well, the screen I have over here, we're going to make a white version of it and a gray version of it. And put it right there. I think I've only seen one theater room that was all white. I seen one that was all white. Somebody had an all white theater room, but they had a white screen in there. My goodness, like somebody took the bat signal and stuck it right in their face. Always light reflecting all through that entire environment. But I tell you, it was a pretty cool idea. They had the whole place all in white. They had this crazy neon. It was bouncing back and forth, and they had one of those ceilings, those star lit ceilings, which was pretty cool. But that whole white screen thing and gray screen thing, ugh, no. On top of that, it doesn't even look attractive on the wall. Here. Let's see where we're at. We should be here and here. Oh, there's stuff. Here we go. There you go. See how gorgeous that looks on the wall? That's some ugly gray screen. Ugh, outdated. I mean, if you're gonna go with a gray screen, you might as well go all out. You might as well get rid of your TVs or monitors you have in your house and go pick up one of those old CRT monitors with the gray and the round corners and go out and swap out your cell phone, get one of them old Nokia phones with the gray screen. Just go all out. Go get everything in gray. Oh, but you don't want to because you want the newer stuff, right? Oh, okay, I was just wondering. Just wondering. That's why you don't want to swap out, because you want the newer stuff. Put it out there, just want to know. right. I had to grab some great sample sheets from downstairs for testing. Now, I want to explain this so this is understood. We're only going to do this one time, so I'm not going down the road over and over again. We are not purchasing any more of your product. And the reason why is because, from what I've seen down here already, we can make it ourselves. With that being said, I'm not going to make it, put your name underneath of it. We consider your product to be beneath us. So it's old, it's outdated, and it's a waste of my time. Now, the great products we will be presenting from here on in will be products that we make. Like I said, I have an extensive background developing great products. I'm doing it for many years. I'm an expert in the field. But as I said before, why would I waste the time and money to pay for something that I literally can make it myself? So if you have extreme test demonstrations under the product proving that it's different from any other and that we need to perform these tests, we would have had that information a long time ago. Judging by from what I've seen in the video demonstrations for many years, I don't see any tests at all really being done to show your product's different from anything else that we can make over here. And as I said before, if you feel you can make our products, and I've said this multiple times on camera, post the ingredients, I'll make it, I'll put it against my screen live, not a problem. But I haven't seen anything like that yet, so we already know from the door that you can't make it, and we know you can't make it from day one. So, as I said before, the products that we're going to be using are our own great products that we make from our Digital One Crystal Screen Paint products to show at the end of the day that a product like Digital One that was much more popular than these two individuals combined together still can't compete with the black technology that you see before you right now. So, as I said before, we did give him options to do a side-by-side demonstration next to Digital One. We offered to ship him a product. He refused. So, you know, it is what it is. But don't go and take it offensively because we're testing great products. Your name is not going to be mentioned in any of the demonstrations. Your products will not be used in any of the demonstrations. As I said before, it's no point. We do the gray screens because we know people still use gray screen paint products, but we mainly do certified screens. And the reason why we do certified screens, that's a screen that's worthy of our time. The gray products are not worthy of our time because, like I said, we made them. We know how they're going to react, what they're going to do, and their limitations. We know this. So don't be offended by this. Don't get upset by this because you feel that you're being attacked because you make a great product. If that's how you feel, then you need to do better testing, much, much, much better testing. And you need to do a comparison against other great products versus your products to show that there's a huge, huge, massive difference between night and day and not a bump or a hiccup. So that's why we feel that why would I even waste my time? It's a waste of my time to do this, to basically test against a product that we know at the end of the day that we can clearly make ourselves. So yeah. Let's move on from there. So some people know that from the door because every time we do one of these gray versus so-and-so and so to show people why you don't want to go near gray screens, he goes into an extreme rant, but we don't care. We can back our tech. All right. That being said, I mean, if you feel that, you know, OLED demonstrations were meant for gray screens, then, hey, I would love to see 150-inch outside coated with your product. And you can use black paint because black paint at the end of the day is going to pull a contrast level. You just can't pull white level. You just back it up. That's all. If you're making any statements that your product can see a contrast level, you go to black screens, you should be actually backing this up at the end of the day. Not keeping it hidden. There should be all kinds of demonstrations. You should be outside in the middle of parking lots and everything. Showing that all. Now, what are we going to be firing up in here today? I think we're going to use this unit and that unit. So that's it right there, because we're not going to say that for every time we use a great paint. We're not going to do that. And like I said, I had no interest in your product. As I said before, it's old. We don't want it in here. Just to be honest, we don't want it in here. It's old. I don't want it in here. So that's why we had no interest in it. pay for something I can literally make myself. And if you ever want the real stuff with a batch number attached to it, showing you have the real legit 100% 38 Black Widow, you put in an order, we'll ship it to you. But I warn you, this technology isn't what you think it is. It's not going to be black paint in a container. This is going to be the real deal. So anything you lay against this screen is going to wipe your stuff extremely fast. If we can do it against a certified, it can wipe your stuff out easily. That's why we did the demonstration when I was talking about gray screens. We didn't bring out this product. We brought out a certified screen. If that screen right there can take a $5,000 certified screen and make it look like that, what do you think it'll do against yours? And that's a gunmetal. You can't compete with gunmetal. Not in you. Now, I'm not going to be rude here, people. Now, we've done the test. Not in the UV mix, I'm sorry. Can't compete with the gunmetal. They can see white light. That's why. So you can't compete with gunmetal technology. That's why you never see him do a demonstration against Black Diamond. You don't do those demonstrations. Black Diamond would eat his stuff up. They pick and choose what they can handle. Never seen 18 screens certified, none of that. No, oh heck no. Too much going on. Can't do that. Gotta pick and choose. Pick and choose. We have, oh yeah, I forgot we have the LEDs up here. Woohoo! We can just project the LEDs on the trigger up here. Let me see, we need remote controls. Because we're getting set up. Let me see. I forgot lens shift doesn't work when we are not in that category. There we go. All right. Smart enough to bring up the Fire Stick, was I? Was I? Or did I grab the wrong one? Of course, I would have grabbed the wrong one. Why do we have 2 Fire Sticks in the basement? Well, I mean, let me size this up. I gotta take a trot downstairs to figure out why I had 2 Fire Sticks in the basement. Let's see. Let's put this other one. A little bit more. So I try to plan. I'm not calling them this. We're not feeding into that. We're not calling people insulting names and all that. It is what it is. And if people can't accept it, then I'm sorry. If you can't accept it, I'm sorry. You have to deal with it. That's how it works. So technology exchanges hands from another. You roll with it, or you get crushed by it. That's how it works. A lot of people couldn't accept the changing of the 8-track player. They didn't even want a cassette player in their car. But eventually, once they've seen what it was all about, they ease right into it. Some people to this day haven't accepted. Some people still have 8-tracks literally in their cars. I need to go over to lens shift on that one. Let's switch over. There we go. Right on the edge. There we go. It's just sitting there nice and perfect. See? Just like a TV. Told you the most dangerous thing you can have is a black screen that can accept and see white light. And the one thing when people tell you that, oh, but the gray screens, you're seeing a brighter image. No, you're not. You're getting a faded image. That's what you're getting. It looks brighter, it's actually faded. If that was the case, white screens would be more, white screens, if you're talking about white levels, at the end of the day, a white screen would be to produce a higher white level. It just was all about white levels. So you're talking, oh, it's all about, then get a white screen. You're gonna get higher white levels, much higher. And that means my contrast is gonna drop. Then you get the gray screen, but your contrast is still gonna be trash at the end of the day because you can't produce a black level. Contrast is a black level, not gray. People get that mixed up. It's not gray, it's black. But I mean, no, again, what color is black? It's black, right? It's not gray, right? Okay then. Then unless that screen is displaying a black level, as solid black level, then you're picking up black. Than that, you just got gray. So no, you don't even have that either. Let's see if this remote control disappeared too. Because we got one here. This is the one not for this one. I got the Samuel. Let me see, I'm gonna turn my other two of these one over here. Putting my other one on to make sure this one is also two. And I got it mixed up. Because I don't want to take that one downstairs too and get that one confused. Which one are you? All right, you belong here. You're just remote control for this one. All right, perfect. We must have had two on the floor downstairs. So I'm gonna take this paint back downstairs. That'll give me a chance to go downstairs and figure out where the other remote control went for this one. Okay, found it. Forgot I was doing the gaming display yesterday. Oh, wait. I'm gonna look at those pretty flowers over there. Those alive. So nice and bright.
Breakfast is ready.
So the image looks. I had a chance to sit down and relax a little bit. I'll watch TV in here today.
Hashtag challenge. Everyone on social media is trying. But if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, you would be left to pay for all of this. I'm self. So get all of it.
So that bit tired. Told you, the most dangerous thing is a black screen that can set white light. Turn the volume down here. Oh, we got speakers set up. Speakers in here. Wait a minute. Sorry about that. Hit the fire stick.
We'll be back in a few minutes. Just gotta see where my speaker setup is coming in at. Let's see, I think we are here. There we go.
I'm gonna have to replace that fire stick. The minute it gets bumped, boom, it goes off. Yeah, we got speakers now. What am I doing?
There we go.
We swap swap those speakers out. Okay, they're on there. They're there. See if our speakers are working. I'm really gonna stop grabbing the wrong remote control. Okay. Oh, we know exactly where the sound is coming from. Alright, so we're just gotta do some stuff real quick to see exactly where my sound's coming out. If we are hooked up, we should be hooked up.
You see what we got going over here? Everything's attached in there quite nicely.
Yep. It's gotta be coming from the main unit. Let's see what's going on back here.
But this one is not playing nice. What's that today?
Okay, turn the volume up. We'll figure out what the problem is. I want the sound to play it through that.
Let's see what we gotta do to get this finished. It's done. No sound. We have a damaged cable. Could have a damaged cable. Yeah, we could have a damaged cable. Okay. I don't know why this isn't working.
Alright, we gotta figure this out. For some reason we don't have sound with this sound bar. That should be an issue. Unless we have a damaged cable.
Let's see.
We don't do no problem. That's no problem there. Check the menu. If not, let me get a fresh cable. In the other room. Make sure we get a damaged line. I'll have to go to Amazon and put an order in for some fresh line. Oh, there's the other one firing off over there. Gotta go to Amazon and put an order in for some fresh line. I've wrapped these things up so many times I could have damaged it. So, see why the soundbar doesn't want to play nice. Let's see. Okay.
In there, it's right. Gucci. That's all fine. Okay. That's fine with that.
Alright. See what's going on with you.
There we go.
We fixed it. There we go. Technology and its temperaments, what I tell you. Probably saw the second line. I'm like, no, don't replace me. I can work. All right, let's get rid of you.
Mucinex presents Trusted Allies of Doctors. Throughout history, doctors have used tools they trust to help them treat your illnesses. But what do they trust when they have a cough and cold?
Heat that's going on in there.
Mucinex, the #1 brand doctors trust.
That's what's bugging me. Why do we have that repeat here? Let's take it off, take it off to me. Alright, we'll deal with it. We figure out exactly what's going on. Let's go back a little bit on that video. Listen, I'm not trying to be rude, but you can't compete with this. This is the most powerful screen we ever developed. This screen is unbelievable on so many levels. I'm not trying to be rude here, but it's the truth. This stuff will obsolete your stuff fast. If you ever put an order in for the real thing, I advise you do not put it against your screen, because I guarantee you it's not going to go well. Not just in him. It also includes anybody, any certified screen out there. You're not going to compete with a screen with a over 100% black level. These things are darker than phantoms. And yet look at the white level technology that's embedded into it. I told you, the most dangerous screen you can have is a black screen that can receive white light. This, the height of technology in this is insane. On a $500 projector, discontinued in 2014. One of the companies I was talking to, they have Chrissy Barco's top of the line, expensive, high-end projectors. And we're over here using 2014 models. And we can do this. So imagine if they hit our screen with one of those high-end, top-end projectors. This is what this technology does at the bare minimum of old projectors. There you go. I like that demonstration. We gotta go find another one. What's this one right here?
For you, dear, I wish many things. Alright?
We're saying, well, you're being, no, it's not being rude. It is what it is. It's old. His product is old. Anybody, it's old. It's old. It's old. It's old. It's old. It's it. Not being rude, not being disrespectful. It is what it is. It's old. See that black level that's being picked up? You can't do that on a gray screen. It won't pick it up. Not even at 5,000 lumens, it can't pick it up. And keep in mind, again, lumens have nothing to do with the contrast, but my projector has a 2,000-to-1 contrast ratio. No calibrating, no dark environments. As a matter of fact, my environment is almost mainly almost getting near all white once we get this coated over. On top of that, it looks incredibly beautiful on your wall. Now, I've already explained to you the theory. We've done that on basically making gray screen paint products. You make them darker, the one that's going to happen is your white level is going to drop like crazy. Color's going to drop like crazy. You're going to have a very dirty image because it can't accept white light. You make it too light, then your contrast levels drop and your colors drop. I was doing a demonstration on the screen, and somebody was saying, well, your screen's, that's an 88 inch, but your screen's too small. I said, we got 144, and we got 180 inch downstairs and 150 outside. Which one you want to choose? Conversation cut off quick. Got 127, acoustic, 148, 129. Which one you want? 150 on the floor, 150 on the ceiling. Which one you want? All right then. Don't talk about small screens to me because I don't do small screens. I do small screens, but we do small screens and we do large screens. I might have to put a 235.1 because I want to add that to my collection. Like we got 150 there with 235.1, but that's nice to add in there with that 235.1. Yeah. But from doing these different types of screens, like I said, nah. I'm gonna leave that one alone. It's hard. It's so I hear myself saying it, like I tell myself, Ken, no, because you're beating a dead horse to death. Leave it be. They already know. That whole paint thing, boy, I tell you, I don't get that. I don't get it. I'm gonna watch some goldfish over here. Oh. Out today. Enjoy some of this window light. See what I mean? It's supposed to look like a TV. That's how it's supposed to look. Some washed out gray, a TV. A nice, beautiful rainy day today. That's why I need the room to be in all white. So we're going to finish off this blue over here and the one behind us. We'll get them done. I got that one coat coming in, application to knock that out. Then we get the rooms brighten up. We had 150 inch in here. We had 150 inch cover the entire wall. Had the ultra short down here, gaming off it, lights on and everything. Projector set up in the next room where we can show off multiple screens at the same time. You can watch it on 720p, you can watch it on 1080p. We're gonna have 4K. I went back there, I want 4K, 1080p, and 720p. That's what I want set up for the back. If we do 720p, I want the lowest. I want that 600 by 800 720p. The same one I got downstairs, I want that 235.1. I may pick up, I think I'm picking up, if I can get another PX747. I need all long throws back there. We do 4K, 1080p, and 720p for the back setup back there. That way people can see the technology on 3 different projectors all at the same time. They can get an idea of what they're actually buying. That'd be a nice display for that. And the company I was talking to, they got 10,000 lumen 4K Christie projectors. It's at 5,000. You have any idea? And mind you, they're up to date model projectors. Mine's old. Mine's discontinued. Mine's a landfill projector. Because that's usually where my model will end up at. It's usually a landfill or probably a thrift store or something like that. That's where my model ends up at. So they're using up to date latest ones at 10,000 4K. Do you have any idea what it's going to look like when it nails this screen? That's why we're going to be getting set up. Companies are going to come because we word of mouth. We're going to try getting set up with 5-gallon containers and 10-gallon containers because, man, when they hit that screen with this, it's going to be like boom. That's why we do these tests on these big end projectors because another company's got these machines, but their machines are way more advanced than ours. I said 10,000 lumens 4K. Are you kidding me? Yep. That's a pretty powerful machine. That's why I started, and here comes the laugh. They can't figure out why I'm laughing. I said, do you know what we test on at the end of the day? You know how old our projectors are? Our projectors are landfill projectors. A lot of these things are landfills. The companies get rid of them, they trash them, get rid of them. Got them and get rid of them. That's what mine is. Old projector. But I'd rather have it that way.
Imagine getting $150,000 for 1 year of epic adventures and
So again, I've been sleeping the last couple of days. This is why. You never get used to it. I was up all last night, gaming on the screen last night. Just like having a TV. Where do we want to go at? Let me see. I want to go to, let me see. Actually. No, don't cancel. Stand there. No, can't go. I don't want to search. Let's see. I just don't know where to go and what to do. I always get overwhelmed by this technology. You've seen the floor display? When you get the fish moving back and forth? That's the guy. Oh, I'm never going to get you. I'm telling you, I can't wait to finish. You see the excitement in my voice? I have so much stuff I want to paint. It's not even funny. Like I want to turn into this stuff. Contracts we have, they're setting up a section for this black technology. Everything in there is in white, and the screen is displayed in black. That's how they're advertising the technology. Enjoy this screen. Oh man, I can't wait to finish the rest of the stuff we gotta do today. take tomorrow off, and I'm gonna enjoy my technology. Never get a chance to do it. So I'm back. See, that quick, made a mistake that fast. I said my. Told you. Something we get stuck with all the time. Sorry. God's technology. It's not mine. If it was mine, I could take it with me when I pass off the earth. But I can't, so it's not mine. It belongs to him. That's why I try to explain to the other ones you don't understand. You don't understand the time and effort and dedication it takes to develop the technology. It takes many years. It takes a lot of hardship. It takes time to do it. You can't do it by fast demonstrations and cutting corners. It can't be done that way. It takes time to do it. And then you were upset. They're upset. They're very angry. I got some crazy emails. They're upset because of the fact that my product's getting what it's worth, and they're upset over that. But you don't put the time in, man. I'm up at the crack of dawn. I'm going to sleep late at night. I put my time in. I put my work in, and it shows. I spend time watching on camera, turning entire rooms into different environments to design screens to show them up in different ways and displays, build my own environments. I put my time in. I work hard at the end of the day. People see me carrying stacks of boxes to the door for the postal worker, taking care of my customers, answering messages, all that stuff. And the time and the testing we put into our product, which, like I said, when I was talking to the guy on the phone, I said, there is no other black technology like ours. And there isn't. I can stand behind that and say that. No one does tests like we do. Show me one test of any company showing a demonstration of their screen on the cheap projectors we use at that after a snowstorm at 150 inches on black. There aren't any. And then they want to get upset because I put the time in. Well, guess what? You want that big office on the top floor with big windows, your private parking space, and that private elevator? You don't get that by basically crying and whining. You get that by basically being the first one in and the last one out. That's how you get it. Just want to tell you how it's done. Oh, and most important, but I'm pretty sure you don't, I hope you do, faith in God helps a lot. It does. I'll tell you one thing, I talked a lot about retirement, but after seeing this, you're right. That ain't gonna happen anytime soon. I got another 20 years left of me after seeing with this stuff, that's not gonna happen. Not for a very, very, very long time.
Hey, Papa. Did I do something to offend you? I mean, Samuel L. Jackson?
right, people, I'll pass my time here. It's funny, I had some of these forum sites back and forth, and the guy was asking me about my projector in the background. I was like, yeah, well, this is what it is. He said, what's the 5,000 lumens? I said, well, we do everything. We got 1,000 lumens just for everything we run over here. I said, but at the end of the day, what you pay for his? He had a JVC. Do you have any idea how much a JVC projector costs? That's like a $20,000 projector right there he had sitting in the room. I said, yeah, but at the end of the day, you could got the same projector I got. My projector was like $500 at 5,000 lumens. Even if the projector is 5,000 lumens, it costs $500, which would have been a lot cheaper than 20 grand. So for $500, you could have got yourself an up-to-date professional. In our terms, we consider a 2014 discontinued model an up-to-date professional projector. That's what I consider that projector behind me. That's my high-end projector in the house. That's what it is. $500 up-to-date 2014 outdated projector. That is my high-end projector right there. $500. So when I watch demonstrations where people are using 3,000 and people are using 2,500 or people are using these $6,000, $7,000 projectors, yeah, at the end of the day, look what you pay for your machine, and you still can't do what I'm doing in my environment right here. But my high-end projector is $500. Doesn't make a difference if it's 5,000 lumens. It costs me $500. That's a heck of a lot cheaper than 20 grand. Yeah, they agree on that. Because you could have bought the same machine I got over here, but you didn't buy it. You bought the most sophisticated, high-tech machine you could possibly get your hands on, and you wonder why your image looks like that. And at that, it's not his projector at the end of the day, because he was trying to blame it the fact by saying, oh, because you got 5,000 lumens, you can do that. No, I can switch this projector right up the screen, and the screen will wash out. The projector has nothing to do with it. It's the technology. That's what I explain to people over and over again. You can have the most sophisticated machine on the face of the planet. If you don't have the right screen to display it off, your projector is worth nothing. On this side, I think more. Let's shift this side. Here we go. See? So my projector is 5,000 lumens. Without that technology, my projector is trash. Because that's what it looks like without that technology sitting behind it. But because of the technology, well, I bring new light to the projector. See? So it just shows at the end of the day, that's why we use like these big boy projectors, to show you that even if you have a projector of a high caliber, 5,000 lumens, it's still not going to be a world of good at all, period. Your screen's still going to wash out. You can't pick color. You can't pick up contrast. It's going to do the same thing. All right, people, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I want to go into 2 minutes of this. I am got to get ready for some other things. So on top of that, we got those new kits we just launched. I think they're the 20 ounces, so they're doing quite well. Thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Really thank you for that. We got to get out of here. We're going to come back in probably later on because I got a few things we got to do downstairs. Get ready for a few other things. We're going to be doing actually, I want to talk more about bottom line is wired gray screens, and I've never seen a white screen company do an OLED demonstration. I've seen a lot of gray screens do it, even with the gunmetals. Like, why are they doing that? Due to the fact that they cannot technically pick up a contrast level. It's a useless demonstration to be used. All right, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Got to go, and God bless.